Lila had long given up on the idea of marriage. After years of failed relationships and disappointments, she had decided that love wasn't meant for her. But then, something unexpected happened when she turned 40. On a spontaneous night out, she stopped by a local bar. It was just a random decision, but it turned out to be the start of something life-changing. There, she met Keith. Keith was a charismatic man, easy to talk to and full of energy. He told her that he was in the process of opening his own bar, something he had always dreamed of doing. It wasn't love at first sight, but there was an undeniable connection between them. Keith's warm smile and passion for his future plans caught Lila's attention. She admired his determination, something she hadn't seen in a long time. Keith confessed that he had fallen for her the moment he saw her. He said her hearty drinking style and confident presence were exactly what he needed in his life. Lila, though surprised by the confession, felt something she hadn't felt in years: hope. Keith was everything she didn't expect, and yet everything she needed. Their relationship moved fast. 6 months later, they were married, and shortly after, they opened the bar together. It wasn't easy at first, but with hard work and dedication, the business began to flourish. They became a well-known name in the local bar scene, and things started to fall into place. But while Lila and Keith were thriving, there was one problem they couldn't shake off: her brother, Oswald. Oswald and his wife, Kristen, lived nearby, and they visited the bar every day. At first, it seemed like a harmless gesture, but soon it became a daily nuisance. Oswald and Kristen made themselves at home, demanding free meals and complaining about everything, from the food to the service. "Thanks for the free meal, but cook faster next time," Oswald would say, chewing on a toothpick as he stuffed his face. Kristen, always with a sharp tongue, would add, "And hurry up, bring the food over already." Lila could only watch in disbelief as they treated her bar like their personal restaurant. One evening, Kristen showed up with Ray, her 10-year-old nephew, who had been causing trouble at home. "This is Ray," Kristen said, pushing the boy in front of Lila and Keith. "He's a troublemaker, so you raise him now." Lila couldn't believe her ears. "What? Ray's only 10. Are you abandoning your child?" Kristen laughed nonchalantly. "Well, Ray doesn't listen and acts like a punk. I'm pregnant with another one, so we're giving away the defective one." Lila's blood boiled. How could Kristen be so cold? Keith, however, remained calm. "All right, Ray. From today, I'm your dad. Come here." Lila smiled at the boy. "And I'm your mom now. Come here." In that moment, something clicked inside of Lila. She realized that this was the family she had always wanted. She and Keith adopted Ray, giving him a fresh start in life. They even paid Oswald and Kristen a small sum to make the adoption official, hoping it would prevent any future problems. Years passed, and Ray grew into a respectful young man. He worked hard, graduating from high school and enrolling in a culinary school. He was determined to carry on Keith's legacy of great flavors. Keith was proud of the son they had raised, despite the rocky start. Lila, too, felt fulfilled as a mother, watching Ray grow into a kind, responsible adult. But things took a turn when Ray turned 20. One day, Oswald and Kristen walked into the bar like they owned the place. Lila's heart sank as she saw them. They had been banned from the bar and from their home for years, but here they were, acting like nothing had happened. "Whoa, you guys are thriving. You're like celebrities," Oswald said, grinning as he surveyed the bar. Kristen, who was standing behind him, spotted Ray and immediately shouted, "Hey, Ray! We're going home! Come on!" Lila was stunned. "Do they have no shame?" she muttered. Ray, however, remained calm. "This is my home now. My parents are here. You need to leave," he said, turning his back on them to continue working. "Your home is our apartment," Oswald barked, but Ray didn't respond. He had no time for their nonsense. "We legally adopted him," Lila added, her voice firm. "You abandoned him, calling him a bad kid, but he's not. He's a great, honest young man." Oswald, looking flustered, tried to argue, but Lila wouldn't let him. "This is not up for debate. You gave him away, and now he's our son." Despite the years of neglect, Ray's biological parents were still trying to claim him. They wanted to take him back, but Lila and Keith had no intention of letting that happen. Oswald smirked as he tore up the adoption papers. There, it's invalid now. You fell for my plan. But Lila had anticipated this. The papers she handed Oswald were copies. The originals were safely stored in the register. She wasn't going to let Oswald tear apart their family so easily. That's a copy, Lila said coolly. The originals are right here, with proof of payment. Oswald's smug grin faltered as Lila handed him the official papers. You can't just tear these up. We are Ray's legal parents now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Kristen, trying to save face, scoffed. We raised him, didn't we? He's ours. Ray shook his head, his voice steady. No, you didn't raise me. I'm grateful to Keith and Lila for giving me a chance when you abandoned me. They are my real parents. It was then that Kristen revealed just how heartless she was. The second child turned bad too. Probably out playing with friends now. He's not worth raising. She laughed bitterly. Lila was sickened by her words. You don't even care about your own children, she said, disgusted. You can't just give them away when it's convenient for you. Kristen and Oswald, realizing their plan was failing, tried to bargain. Well, since you have Ray now, how about we make a deal? Oswald said. We'll take Ray's brother too. You can raise him, and we'll leave you alone. Lila and Keith were stunned. What do you mean, take him back? Keith asked. You can't just swap children like they're possessions. But Kristen didn't care. We need the money. The other child will be a great asset to you. Ray is already doing well, so why not help us with the second one? Lila felt a wave of anger wash over her. You're only interested in money, aren't you? You don't care about your kids. Oswald, seeing that their plan had completely unraveled, came up with a new scheme. Fine, we'll start our own bar. You can work for us, he said, handing over a loan agreement and a business plan. We need you, Ray. You're the star now. You can bring in customers. Lila felt a mix of disbelief and rage. You think Ray owes you after everything? After how you treated him, she said, holding up the loan papers. This is a joke. No bank would approve this ridiculous plan. But Oswald wasn't giving up. We'll make it work. If you don't help, we'll make sure your business fails. It was clear they weren't going to leave without a fight, but Lila and Keith had been through too much to let Oswald and Kristen manipulate them again. Enough, Keith shouted, his voice firm. He stepped forward, his body radiating strength. You've crossed the line. At that moment, everything changed. Keith's calm demeanor had always been his strength, but now he was done playing games. He turned to Ray. You're my son, and no one is going to take that away from you. Ray looked at his father with gratitude. Thanks, Dad. Keith then turned to Oswald and Kristen, his voice steady but filled with authority. You'll leave, and you'll leave now. If you come back, you'll regret it. Lila stood by her husband's side, watching Oswald and Kristen shrink under their words. They had finally met their match. The situation wasn't over, but it was clear that Lila and Keith weren't going to let anyone destroy the family they had worked so hard to build. The door slammed shut as Oswald and Kristen walked out. It was over for now, but Lila knew it wouldn't be the last time they would try to destroy what they had. Still, she felt a sense of peace. They had each other, and that was all that mattered. As the bar buzzed with customers and the night carried on, Lila looked at Ray and Keith, knowing that no matter what came next, they would face it